Cyberpunk Edgerunners 2 just dropped their trailer, and I know that we're all asking one obvious question. Is it woke? Because we don't expect a lot from CDPR at this point, honestly, do we? From the blatant corruption and lies of their CEOs to their complete acceptance and a willful subjugation to the ESG score. We know that the situation in CDPR is bad, and I'm not going to even mention the situations with The Witcher 4. And yet, after watching this trailer, I'm not gonna lie, it looks good, okay? We have some hyper violence, everyone loves that, especially us on this channel, right? And a lot of carnal goodness for the eyes, and we obviously do love also that here, right? So it looks kind of good. It does not have any of the typical red flags, which is honestly very worrying. There are a couple of things that are slightly worrying me. I'm gonna show them. But all in all, if you watch this trailer, it looks good, boys. It 100% looks good, okay? It's graphic, it's violent, it's everything you honestly want from a Cyberpunk series. Okay? What's currently happening, why it's happening, we don't exactly know. It's not really understood at this point, but all in all, it looks good. And the thing is, we kind of thought, most of us thought, that this is the end for the Edgerunners anime because the next installation is going to be bad. Cyberpunk Edgerunners Season 1 released back in the big 2022. That's right, a year of frustrations. So, the start of when this was initially created, which was, I think, made in 2 years, was before the hotspot fall and beginning of the absolute woke apocalypse of the political pandering. You know, or at least at the beginning of it, the writing was probably done before. So a lot of things were pointing out that this is probably the last Cyberpunk Edgerunners anime that's going to be good. Because anything that they did after Edgerunners Season 1 was going to be tainted, created in a time of upheaval, right? And there are some problems with this. Again, it looks good, but guys, what do you think the story here is? Or more importantly, how do you think the story is ending here? Because I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty sure looking at this poster, we all know what's gonna happen. She's gonna survive. The men are gonna sack themselves. This time, this guy has cyber psychosis. This one doesn't. I don't know what he's maybe a vengeful seeking whatever on a glorious Japanese samurai self-deletion mission. Who honestly knows? But in any case, we can all, just looking at this poster, easily assume that either everyone's sacking themselves for her, or maybe the kid. Let's be real. Probably, honestly, both of them are surviving. Both of these characters are surviving, and we know it. Okay, we know that this is gonna happen. So all the people writing comments in the in the release trailer about, oh boy, I can't wait to figure out what's gonna happen here. No. We already know what's gonna happen here. It's pretty obvious, obviously. So the thing is, this is made by Studio Trigger. Studio Trigger is a studio that has done a lot of things with very much a lot of fan service spunk, so to say, and a lot of quality. I mean, we have Kill la Kill, which I never watched. Then we have Dawdling in the Franxx, which I saw 2 episodes of, and I question, why the hell is this abomination on God's green earth? It's an abhorrency upon all of his creation. Dawdling in the Franxx needed to be removed with hellfire. I hate it. Cyberpunk Edgerunners Kisnivers, which probably you haven't watched, but I have, had a lot of potential, was pretty interesting, faded out in the end a little bit. Little Witch Academia, which also I have seen, by the way. Good, very fun, very lovely, very nice. Probably Danganronpa, the thing that people know Studio Trigger for most at this point, because it has been their hottest hit, and a lot was talked a lot in the past year. 2 years? Whenever it launched, don't remember. But it was a great show. People loved it. I loved it. You know, first 2 episodes, first 3 episodes, maybe a little bit slowish, but good, but good. It gets into pace really quick. It's fine. It's fun. It's really good. 8.6, yeah, pretty much I would say that. I would say that. And then a bunch of other things that I have absolutely no idea about. Needless to say, everything that Studio Trigger has touched has been absolute quality, at least design wise. Story wise, they have never done anything even close to Vogue. Again, Kill la Kill exists, and this thing is literally just blatant fan service. Dawdling in the Franks is also fan service. And even this has very sometimes appealing things. Okay, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is, boys. So, this is a studio, obviously, that does not exactly do the typical CDR ESG approved shtick, which is still very interesting because you would think CDPR would actually maybe try in this point to find a studio that actually will, you know, compromise themselves or do what you ask. Especially considering this thing is released by Netflix, needless to say. You can see it right here. This is a Netflix thing. Netflix is effect. I don't know how the legal processes work, but Studio Trigger makes it. Netflix publishes it and CDPR Red owns the IP. I think this is how it works. And obviously, you have the problem of Netflix loves WoW garbage, and well, CDPR Red also loves WoW garbage, but Studio Trigger does not. They could not care less, and it kind of looks like they have not fallen for any of this, and it kind of looks fine. There's a couple of interesting tweets, and again, this cover right here is making me a little bit cautious because I mean, it's not a good sign that you're effectively probably just repeating the story you already had. I don't know about you, but that does not sound that great to me. This is kind of a thing that I mean, it's not gonna make a good story bad, but it would be a little bit cheap if this was the same story from Edgerunners 1. Now, granted, it's probably going to have a spin, obviously, because it does not look like these people actually know each other from the trailer. It's like they probably all get randomly gotten into this by the kid, maybe, who knows? So they're just a bunch of people coming in together just randomly, it seems like, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But it kind of feels like the ending definitely is just gonna be the repeat of the first Edgerunners, which is not great if you're just gonna repeat the ending. And let's be real, it's probably gonna happen or everyone's just dead here. I don't know. And then we have this from Kala Elizabeth, one of the people responsible for Dragon Age Veilguard being the great game that it is. Talia Yang from Cyberpunk Edgerunners 2 via not chew off, raised in a corporate tower, raised in corporate towers, questionable, but hardened by the trials of Maelstrom. Okay, uh, I guess it makes sense. So she's effectively a good killer. That's all that they're saying here. And she's from corporate, so maybe they're betraying her or whatever is happening here. Not even sure. But there's fan service, so I don't care. Talia is fiercely independent and imbued with the hyper-violent and chrome-obsessed culture of her gang. Now, this is the part that didn't make sense to me. So, she's raised in the corporate world. She was part of Maelstrom, but she has a gang? What? Huh? Not a lot of sense here. This does not make a lot of sense here, honestly. Now, granted, this could be just a throwaway line or whatever, but you know, that does not make a lot of sense. Overall, the response to this is obviously positive. I mean, consider you can have your fears, that's fine. But I just mean, at the end of the day, we saw the trailer and the trailer looks good. So currently, I'm kind of expecting good things. I hope it delivers. Again, it's Studio Trigger, so if you're an anime fan, you know that that should be at least good. Trigger is very well considered for their quality. Again, you watch any of these things and they are absolutely great. And it's not that fucking hour of farming bullshit One Piece garbage anymore. God, One Piece should have been cancelled after fucking Wano. Not before, but not after Wano, but after Whole Cake Island, not Whole Cake Island, but Dressrosa. One Piece just completely crashed to a -5 after Dressrosa. I'm not even reading it anymore. I'm just skimming the pictures like a two brain cell imbecile at this point. I could not care less. I don't even know if I have read all the chapters. I'm probably missing like 5 and I could not care less. One Piece has been such a downfall, it's crazy. Anyway, let's hope Edgerunners is good. I hope they do find a way to make it distinct from Cyberpunk Edgerunners season 1. And hopefully it goes. Hopefully it's good. I want a good anime. Okay, that's what we want here. We want things to be good, even though obviously CDPR deserves to burn for all the sins and atrocities they have committed against gamers. In any case, have a nice day. Bye bye.